Hello, my name is José Carlos. I'm from Brazil and I'm using CryptoHopper trading bot. It's a great product that performs trades for you in an automated way. And I can see that several users have some problems understanding its configuration. So I decided to make this video to show you how the configuration may be done so you can understand the settings and then you will be able to set the product for your needs, okay? Instead of just asking for a perfect configuration, because a perfect configuration for me is probably not the best for you. Here you can see that I have three hoppers already set up. One is stopped and two of them are running. And right now I will create a new hopper, okay, for another exchange. Here I have Kraken, KuCoin, Poloniex. I will create one for Binance. So when I choose the new hopper, I can watch the Academy video if I want, of course, and I can choose some ready to run templates here, This one for Binance, USDT, and that's the only one I have. I can use this model if I want. It's faster, or I can use the configuration wizard. It's very nice as well. So with the configuration wizard, you have to set everything up. That's the way we are going to do. So I will show you all the main settings before getting to the base configuration. So let's start the configuration wizard. Here I have the exchange settings, okay? So I will name my hopper Binance. I will choose the exchange it's for. Here I have to put my API keys. I will do that later. My base currency, it suggests Bitcoin. I can use any base currency supported by the exchange, like USD Tether, Ethereum, or Binance Coin. So I will use USD Tether for now. And here I can choose the coins that I'm going to use. I have two coins already selected, Ethereum and Litecoin, and four other options. That's because I choose base currency USD Tether. If I choose Bitcoin, the selection is widely more. So, of course, it's easier to trade with Bitcoin, but I will start with USDT just to show you the settings, okay? And I will choose Neo and Binance Coin as my coins for now, okay? And I will go next here. It's not going to work because I didn't place my API keys, of course. Then I go to the strategy. Strategy is the first main important page in the configuration. Here I will decide how the bot is going to buy for me and how the bot is going to sell for me. So it's the two parts of the trade, right? You buy and you sell. The default strategy, multiple TA factors, it means that the bot will perform technical analysis for you. And technical analysis is a very complex subject. I'm not capable of explaining everything to you because I really don't understand. I just understand the software as a user. But I will try my best to help you get your bot up and running, okay? So I will leave that for now. We can see other strategies later. Here I have my percentage profit. It's how much profit you want to do in each trade, okay? The default is 1.3, but I can use as much as I want. Let's suppose I want to go to 20% profit. That's okay. I am optimistic. I can put the 50%. No problem. I can get as much profit as I want if the market allows me to. Currently, the market is a little messy, so if you get 2 or 3%, you can open a champagne bottle. But let's leave for 50 for now. and use ticker rate. What is ticker rate? Ticker rate is the price you are going to use for buying or sale, right? So the ticker rate is not constant. It's going up and down all the time. And here I can choose which price I'm going to use when I buy and when I sell. The default highest bid, lowest ask is the default. It means that I will buy using the most expensive price available, and I will sell by the cheapest price available. This way, you may not earn the maximum you would like to, but your buying and sale process will be smoothly. It means you won't have to wait long time for your buying or selling to complete. Okay. Also, when you choose this option here, you can also specify a percentage lower bid and percentage higher ask. It means that you can ask for CryptoHopper to try to get a little bit higher on the price when you're selling and a little bit lower on the price when you're buying. But I personally do not suggest you to use this because doing that, your buying or selling may not complete because the price available on the exchange may not meet your criteria. So I leave that 0 for now. It's just my suggestion. You can put as much as you want here. Okay. Continuing, we have some options here. I will not talk about cooldown right now, but I'll talk about this later, probably in another video. And also, I'm not going to talk about arbitrage here because it's a very advanced topic, maybe for another video. Let's talk about stop loss. Stop loss is a very dangerous option. When you enable stop loss, you are authorizing CryptoHopper to sell when you are in loss. It means you are authorizing the bot to throw your money away. Okay, and I don't think we should do that. I think if you are going to sell in loss, you should be the one to make that call. You should be the one to decide, not the bot. But if you really want the bot to sell in loss, you can enable it here and put some percentage here. That means if the price drops by that percentage below the price you bought it, it will be sold in loss. Okay? I don't recommend enable, but you have that option. Let's talk about another very nice option, a very nice feature of CryptoHopper, trailing stop loss. Trailing stop loss is, in my opinion, one of the best features of the product. When you enable trailing stop loss, you are authorizing CryptoHopper to sell if the price starts to drop after you have some profit guaranteed. Okay, so you are not going to sell in loss, but actually you are going to sell in less profit, but earning the maximum profit available for that situation. So let's suppose I want to have at least 2% profit for each trade. So I can start putting arming my trailing stop loss at 2.5% and using a stop loss percentage 0.5%. What will happen here? As soon as my profit goes over 2.5%, the trailing stop loss will be armed, will be started. So if the price continues to raise, it's okay. It may raise as much as you think. Let's suppose it can go to 10%, 12%, I don't know. But as soon as it starts to drop, as soon as it drops by 0.5%, it will be sold. So in the worst case scenario, in my configuration here, it will be sold by 2%. Okay, because if it goes over 2.5 and starts to drop and drops by 0.5, it will be sold. Simple as that. So the difference here is the minimum profit we are going to have. But you can see that I put 50% here. It means that this coin may raise up until it reaches 50%. When it gets 50%, it will be sold because my percentage profit is my target has been reached. Okay, it will be sold in 50% profit. If I don't want to use profit, but just only trailing stop loss, which is also a great idea, I can enable this option here, use trailing stop loss only. When I do that, my profit configuration will be ignored. Okay? That's something you can do, and it works very nice. However, I don't like to enable this because I can change the profit manually for each position. So let's suppose I have a coin with this configuration here, and the coin reached 3%, which is good. I have a guaranteed profit in this coin. However, after 2 days, it's still in 3%. After 3 days, it's still in 3%. It is using my capital, but I cannot. It won't be sold because it's not dropping. So what can I do? I can use the sell position button, of course, but also I can just change the profit for that position for 3%. So CryptoHopper will automatically detect that it reached the profit and it will be sold without losing any profit. So that's a technique I use and works very nice for me. But you can use or not, it's up to you. There is another very nice feature here named trailing stop buy. Trailing stop buy is similar to trailing stop loss, but it's applied to buying. Since the market is very volatile, it's very normal that you buy some coin using your strategy, but the coin price is dropping. So the coin will appear in your dashboard already in the red color. I am sure nobody likes red color in this market, right? So if you enable trailing stop buy, CryptoHopper will monitor the coin and will only buy when it starts to raise by a given percent. So it's a good idea, and in most cases, it will work so the coins will appear to you in profit already, or at least in 0%. So if you enable trailing stop buy here, you can set the percentage the coin needs to raise for the buying to happen. Okay? I suggest you not to use a very large amount, otherwise the buying may take long time to happen. But something like 0.2 or 0.5 are good measures for this option. Of course, it's optional. You don't have to use trailing stop buy. You can just place regular buy. It's not a problem. Here we have another option. It's a very complicated to understand. I'm not even sure if I understand it correctly, but I will try my best to explain to you. Sometimes you will see that CryptoHopper will choose some targets to buy based on the strategy. The targets are coins that CryptoHopper thinks are good for you to buy, okay? Let's suppose you have a coin in your positions, in your open positions, but that coin is about to be sold because it's reaching the profit you want, I don't know. And CryptoHopper calculates the target, and the same coin is in the target, okay? That means the coin is still good to buy. So maybe it's not a good idea to sell, because if the coin is still good to buy, it means that it may be still good to hold, because it will raise more in value. So if you enable this option here, the coin will be held while it's still an active target, okay? So it may be good for you if you want to enjoy the coin a little more when it's still good to buy. I will not enable this because I don't like this option. There is another option here that I don't like to enable, but you have the option to do. how to close positions within time. This option is dangerous because if you enable that, as soon as the time selected has passed, the position will be closed. It doesn't matter if it's in profit or loss. So if you enable this, CryptoHopper may sell in loss after some time. But maybe you don't like to have a position open for that long. So let's suppose I don't want the position long for more than 2 days. So I can enable this and choose 2 days. After 2 days, if the position is still open, CryptoHopper will sell, release the capital, and use that capital to buy another coin. Okay? It's up to you. I don't like to enable any options that may sell in loss. I will not talk about dollar cost averaging because I really don't understand that yet. So of course I will not set their parameters. So let's go to the next screen, which is about limits. Here you are going to set the limits for the hopper to work, and you are going to adjust the number of open positions you are going to have and how much money CryptoHopper is going to put in any position. These options are very important. So I will start from below, okay? The last position is where you can limit the resources allocated for CryptoHopper, okay? Maximum USDT amount allocated. If I was using BTC as my main currency, my base currency, it will be maximum BTC, okay? So here I can put, let's suppose I want CryptoHopper to use just 50 bucks, not more. It's okay. It will try to work with $50 and do its best with that money. Okay, but if you want CryptoHopper to use all your resources, just leave that field blank, empty, and it will use all available resources in the exchange. Okay. Given that, we have this setting here. Oh, sorry. This one first. Minimum USDT amount per order. It's very important to set this correctly accordingly to the limits in your exchange. Okay? For example, Binance says in its documentation that it supports orders starting in 0.001 BTC, which is something like $10 or $12. Okay? But the truth is that they don't. The truth is they also limit the quantity for each coin you buy in a way that the minimum order size will be around 0.002 BTC or something like $20 or $22. So it doesn't. That's no sense to leave this field different from the reality. So here I'm using USD. I will put 22. That means it will use at least $22 for each order. And here I have the percentage by amount. This percentage by amount needs to be how much percent of your funds or of your capital is going to use in each buy. It's almost the same as this one, but actually it's the minimum. But this one is most important because CryptoHopper will do its best to get that much percent of your money to perform each buy. Let's suppose I have $100 here and I want $20 in each order, so I will put 20%. Okay, look, it's percent, not dollars. Okay, doesn't matter if you're using SDT or Bitcoin, it's always percent here from your total amount allocated. Okay, now I have max percentage open positions per coin. Okay, before that, let's talk about this one, max open positions. Here I have the maximum number of positions I may have open at a given time. If I'm putting 20% for buy amount, it's natural that I can only have 5 open positions. Okay? There's no way I can have more than 5 because I'm using 20% for each order. So it only fits 5 open positions. Okay? So these numbers must match. Otherwise, you are going to expect something different than CryptoHopper may deliver to you. Then I can go to this last one, max percentage open positions per coin. Here I can set how much percent I can have of the same coin in my positions. Let's suppose of my 5 positions, I want CryptoHopper to be able to have up to 2 positions occupied by the same coin. So I can put here 40%. Okay, 40% of 5 are 2. So I may have 2 positions for the same coin, not more. And finally, I can enable my notifications. I suggest you to enable all notifications when you start. After some time, when you see that CryptoHopper is working the way you would like to, you may disable the last two, okay? Because nobody wants to be bothered with errors or cancels because they happen all the time. Anyway, I suggest you to enable all of them. And then I will save my configuration here. Okay, I'm back. I had a little problem because my session expired right after saving. Because the video took more than 20 minutes. Probably it's the time the session expires if you are idle and CryptoHopper. Anyway, I have to make the configuration again, but here we are. Now I have a fourth hopper named Binance with my Kangaroo license. And now I'm going to go to the configuration to show you some more options and to show some features as well, okay? Let's go there to my new hopper. Here's my dashboard. I left my buying and selling disabled for now. So let's go to the base configuration. And I have already placed my API keys here. So they are, the hopper is ready to run now. And I forgot to talk about these 2 options here, max open time sell, max open time buy. The default is 5, and I used to change that, but I will explain the meaning first. When you place an order, either to buy or to sell, the order needs to be filled by the exchange. That means if you are buying, the exchange needs to find somebody selling the coin for the price you want to buy. And if you are selling, the exchange needs to find somebody buying the coin for the price you want to sell. So sometimes that may not happen. That means there is nobody that agrees to buy for the price you are selling, or a reverse. So these options here tells CryptoHopper how long the hopper should keep the order open, pending, before canceling the order and trying again. Okay, so I think that 5 minutes may be too long. Let's suppose the price is dropping a lot. Okay, so if you place an order to sell and wait 5 minutes to cancel that order and try again, the price will probably go nuts. So I am using 2 minutes here for my orders, and it has been working very fine. But you have to use the value you think it's best for you, okay? Not necessarily the one I am using. Okay, with this option here, we've almost finished the base configuration, okay? So let's talk about the strategy for a while, shall we? What is multiple TA factors? TA comes from technical analysis. Technical analysis, as I told in the beginning, is a very complex subject. It's a way to analyze the progress of the coin's price and try to predict its future. It may sound weird, but it works. It really works. a lot, but it's not 100% guaranteed. But how technical analysis works? Let me save this configuration and go to charts. Charts is a very nice feature of CryptoHopper that allows you to see charts for your favorite coins. And on those charts, you can see what is happening with the coin's price. You will see, for example, if the price is going up or is going down. You can see a lot of information on those charts, okay? And those charts are used for technical analysis. In those charts, each block, red or green here, is named a candlestick because it looks like a candle, okay? And when the block is green, it means that at that time we have a great value, a great amount of buying. If the candle is red, it means that you have more people selling the coin at that time, okay? Sometimes when you have a lots of buying followed by a lot of selling, we used to call it a pump and dump situation. Sometimes the coins are pumped a lot. That means lots of people buy the coin to make the price raise, and then they dump the coin. They sell a lot to get the profit for the coin. Okay, that's how the market works. By analyzing those charts, a technical specialist can predict where the coin is going. And this chart will show you the highest price a coin had and the lowest price the coin had. And also you can see here if the price is high or low right now, and how higher it has been before and how low it has been before. All those information and several others that I'm not mentioning here are used for technical analysts to predict the coin movement. Back to the configuration, CryptoHopper will try to do that analysis for you. Using information it gets from the API of the exchange, and also based on lots of information they may have in databases and so on. I don't know the internals of this, but the fact is that CryptoHopper will analyze that information, and based on that information, will try to detect which coins are good for you to buy, and make the best to buy the best coins so you can profit more. And when market is normal, it really works. Before this red wave we are living right now, we are in March, beginning of March 2018, I was making 20% per day using CryptoHopper. I'm not kidding. And I am just using the default configuration for multiple TA factors. So it's not I'm not kidding. But let's take a look at the advanced TA settings, because sometimes you may want to change that to fit the market situation, or to fit what you need, the kind of buying you want to perform, for example. So by default, all those indicators are enabled. My candle size is 30 minutes, and there are lots of default parameters here. But as you can see, by default, those flags here are not enabled. And those flags tells which indicators are necessary for buying. So the way it's here, CryptoHopper will not buy anything, will not perform not real technical analysis. At least I think this way. So most of these indicators are very complex. I don't understand them. Actually, I don't understand 100%, none of them. But I used to leave only the first 3 ones enabled because they are, in theory, simple to understand. Because they analyze the price flow using risk indicator, RSI, and also stochastic analysis. Okay, you can find on Wikipedia all about those indicators. But basically, they try to detect if the coin is good to buy based on how much the coin has been dumped lately. Okay, that means if the coin has been sold a lot, it's probably good to buy. But based on what? I will show you the main parameters, not all of them. Okay, here we have the oversold and overbought thresholds. Okay, uh, as my understanding, I may not be correct, sorry about that. Oversold indicates how much percent of the normal coin volume is still not sold. And by default, they understand that 20% it's a good point for you to start buying. And in regular market condition, it really works. But let's suppose your hopper is buying coins that are still dropping a lot in price. You may tune the settings by lowering a little bit this setting. For example, you can use 10 or 15% and see which value works best for you. I will leave 20 for now because it works fine. And overbought tells the signaler how much percent of the coin have been bought. And it understands by default that if 80% of the normal coin volume has been bought, that means that the coin is probably going to be dumped. That means the price is going to get down. Okay? Sometimes you can be a little more aggressive and use like 97, 98, 95 here. So you will work like people say as a scalper. But normally the default settings are good enough for you to work. So I will leave the defaults here and you can change them if you want. Here I can enable this flag, so I'm saying that stock necessary for buy signal, that CryptoHopper will only buy coins if they fit this criteria. Okay, that's very important. The same thing for stochastic RSI. So I will also leave here 20 and 80, and I will enable settings. And here as well, I will put these settings as default and enable. The way I have configured here, it will only buy the coin if the coin is considered good to buy for this tree signaler. And it really works very, very nice. Some guys have been using MACD or Bollinger Bands. They also work very nice, but I don't understand them enough to tell you about this. So research a little, see if you want to use them. Right now, I will just close here, and don't forget to save, because some guys have changed that and then figure out that the settings were lost because it only saved it here. Okay? I will finish this video for now, and I will do another one about signals and config pools. Okay? I hope this was okay for you, and I will be available for any questions you may have. Thank you for watching. See you later.